Hey, we're back.
Yeah.
Again with Let's Get Real.
This is Let's Get Real,
Again.
a webinar where Mark and I, this is Marcus.
It really is.
This is Marcus. This is where Mark and I speak about current topics or subjects, and we put a grammar subject in there as well.
Yeah.
And if anybody has been taking any notice of the social media posts that we've done this week, you will know that today's webinar is about how to use the word like.
And we're combining that with places we like to visit in Spain.
That's correct.
This year, I don't feel like getting on a plane to go anywhere. Well, not in June at least, or July.
You can know.
Well, at the moment I can't, but even if I could,
Yeah.
I wouldn't like to do that.
So what we're doing, we've decided to connect it to places that we like in Spain, or Spain. Let's speak about Spain, basically. And we're going to go through a little bit, different ways how to use like. Now, of course, first of all, like, when we use like as a verb, you express it about the things that you enjoy, or the things that you love. And the structure is very simple, is I like, or he likes, or she likes, or the subject and like, and then it's followed by the verb. And the verb could be in the infinitive. I like to go to the mountains, I like to go visit my village at the weekends, or I like, and then the verb in gerund, ing.
What's the difference? When do I use the gerund? When do I use the infinitive?
Okay, so gerund would be to describe something that you generally do, I suppose. It sounds less abstract.
I dislike running,
Yeah.
for example.
Or
In general, I don't like running.
Yeah. And if it's something that you do like, and something that you practice, I like reading, I like jogging, I like cycling, I like walking in the mountains. That's the easiest way. That's the most typical. The most typical way of using like. But what about other ways?
I like to plus something specific. For example, I like to go for a walk in the mountains after the weekend.
Yes.
So then it's something a little bit more specific, and you use to plus the infinitive.
Yeah. Or perhaps if you're making a list of the things that you like. I like to jog. I like to read. I like to cycle. Both are very typical. I think the big difference is probably that if it's actually an activity that you do, you would usually use ing. I like running, reading, cycling, whatever.
In general, yeah. And then we've got like and the verbs of the sentence. So, for example, sounds like, smells like, feels like, tastes like.
Yeah.
Any other sentences? Have I missed any out?
To be like. Did you say be like?
I am like.
Okay, so these are the good ones. These are the next ones. If something sounds like something, or to look like something, or to be like something, we're basically saying that it seems similar to something. Is that right?
Yeah, exactly. So it's not the same. So if you say this smells like garlic, it's similar to garlic. If you say it smells of garlic, it smells strongly to garlic. So this is where you get the like and of a little bit different from each other.
Yeah, I suppose this is where we use like in that sense. You're talking about a comparison, something similar, almost an example.
It looks like it's going to rain.
Correct. So it looks like, that was a good example actually. It looks like it's going to rain. Actually, it does actually.
Yeah, it does. That's why I got it.
It's going to rain. It looks like it's going to rain. It smells like garlic. It smells like. What else can it smell like?
Shit.
Smells like shit. Remember that one, because you're gonna use that one. That's a useful one. What else then? So it looks like, it smells like. What about feels like or feel like, Mark?
I feel like I'm fishing.
Okay. I feel like I haven't done anything for the last 3 weeks.
I feel like I've been home a lot.
Yeah.
The last 3 months. No, 2 months.
I feel like we're sort of wasting time a little bit at the moment.
No, we're not. We're doing a live webinar.
No, this is not wasting time. This is great. But
This feels like we're doing something productive for you.
Yeah, we feel like we're giving you something back. We feel productive.
Then we also have would like, future conditional, like I would like to go somewhere this weekend. Where's phase one? I can, if I book a hotel, go somewhere in Navarra.
Yeah.
I would like to do that. I'm not going to, but I would like to do it.
Yes. So conditional, something in the future, or something that you like hypothetically you would like to do. I'd really like to go fishing. I'd like to take a day off and do something different. I'd like to do something with my family, everybody together, but it's very difficult at the moment.
You have more than 10 members.
In Spain,
yes. You quickly have more than 10.
Let's not forget negatives.
Yeah.
Okay. So
I dislike running. I used that before, but dislike something.
Yeah.
I wouldn't like to stay inside for another 3 months.
Yeah. I wouldn't like this situation to continue much longer. We want it to change. We want something. We want a new situation.
Yeah.
Also, but not just negative with the verb to like, but to sound like, to look like, or to feel like.
So
and a very, very good one is to not feel like, and then the verb ing. Now, this is a really good one, not just for Spanish people that are learning English, but I think most foreign people. So, in Spanish, there's quite a lot of times that people say to me, and in classes they say, "I feel lazy to do this," and what they're basically translating in their heads is "me da pereza" or "me siento vago" or whatever. And
no me apetezca.
No me apetece.
Yeah.
And a lot of times these translations, they don't work when you try to translate in English. But if you use the negative of feel like, so for example, you might like something in general. I like going to the gym, I like exercising, I like cooking. Let's use cooking. I like cooking, but tonight I don't feel like cooking. Okay? And basically what that means is that today, in particular, you do not want to cook. Even though you like cooking, today you do not feel like cooking. So you decide to get a takeaway or a...
Which brings me to the next one. For example, I don't mind cooking things like curry.
Okay. So give an example.
Giving examples, yeah.
All right.
You can use like for that. And if you're an American teenage girl, it's like as a modifier. It's like so amazing.
Yeah, this is like so cool.
Yeah. It's like the best thing I've ever heard.
This is like one of the most difficult things I've ever done. Americans use like a lot. Probably too much.
No, probably. They definitely use it too much.
Yeah.
So
they use it, actually, it's a good one here. Americans in particular use the word like as a filler, don't they?
Yeah.
Like a filler is one of those words that you use that doesn't really mean anything. You don't give any extra information, but rather than be silent, you just say a word. I think
you are adding the modifier. So rather than saying this is great, you're saying it's like the best thing ever.
Yeah, but imagine like a lot of Americans when you say, "What do you think to this?" and they'll say, "Well, like, it's okay."
Yeah, it's like pues.
It's like pues.
And in English, we normally say well.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, you know.
Well, it's okay.
Like, I don't really know.
I don't know, yeah.
But back to our topic.
Yeah, Spain. Actually, yeah.
Where would you like to go on holiday in Spain? Since we're not going anywhere else.
Yeah. Well, actually, this year is a good one. A good opportunity to visit lots of different places in Spain.
No Germans, no English, no Dutch.
Yeah, no.
We've got the country to ourselves this year.
No tourists.
Brilliant.
Yeah, amazing. I think I'd like to go to places that are quiet, like Cantabria or Asturias.
Yeah, definitely. I love Asturias.
Yeah, and also I've been before. I really like those places, but also I think that I would like to go to Salamanca. I've never been to Salamanca.
I've been to Salamanca, but I only stopped there in the train station and spent like 5 hours in the town.
Yeah.
Very nice. It looked like a really nice place to spend some time.
It sounds like a good place, Salamanca, but I've never been. It's a big university.
Exactly. There's a lot of atmosphere, a lot of bars, obviously.
Yeah.
A lot of young people. Well, young, 20.
Yeah, young
20-year-olds. Yeah.
Another use of like, of course, is when we use it with the verb to be. So to be like. If you use to be like, he is like, this is like, I am like, you're basically making a comparison to describe that the person or the place or the situation is similar to another.
Yeah, so for example,
personal situation.
Victoria is like Pamplona.
Yes.
Similar kind of atmosphere.
Maybe similar size, bigger, but same atmosphere. Yeah.
So when I went to Victoria, although the architecture is a little bit different, it felt like I was in Pamplona.
Yes.
To a certain extent.
Yeah, it's very much like Pamplona. Also, perhaps if you go to the Pyrenees, the mountains, it's very much like the Alps. It's not as big. Some people say it's not as spectacular, but anyway, that doesn't matter. Mountain ranges, the Pyrenees is very much like the Alps. It's like other mountain ranges in Europe. What's it in Italy? What they call in Italy? The Dolomites as well, on the Alps. What else?
Like. What does it feel? How does it feel like if you're going back to England this year? Well, this summer. So normally you visit your your mum and your family in England. This year you're not going. How does that feel like?
It feels like it will be a pity, actually, not to see people, but it also feels like the right thing to do.
Yeah.
Even if you are allowed to take a flight to a different country, I feel personally that it feels like the correct thing, probably not to travel.
Yeah, I wouldn't like to be in an airport. So if I think of an airport, I think of long queues, waiting around and sitting in an airplane, obviously, for a couple of hours, breathing the air of your neighbor.
Yeah.
I don't really feel like doing that.
Yeah, it's not something that I would like to do. It's a little bit.
I'll wait till later.
Yes.
I'll visit them later.
Yeah, when things change a little bit.
Yeah, hopefully.
Other things, what about more negatives?
Well, you've been to Benidorm.
I have been to Benidorm. It was very much like a place in England, close to Manchester, called Blackpool, which is...
sounds like a riot hall.
It's horrible. Lots of bars, lots of people, drinking, a beach. The Benidorm beach is much better than Blackpool, but anyway, it was very much like Blackpool. Very touristy, not the best place that I've ever been to, but being English, I have been there and experienced Benidorm. Also, let's think about to not be like, or to not be like something.
Yeah. So we think in the Mediterranean, I find the Andalusia is less like. Well, it's not the Mediterranean like we imagine it to be.
Yeah.
So a lot more space, less touristic in certain areas at least.
It's not like you read in the travel
images you see on like
they're not like that. Yeah.
Series and things.
Also, you could say that the north of Spain. So let's think about this: Galicia, Cantabria, Asturias, País Vasco, Navarra. A lot of people say that is not like Spain. It doesn't really seem like Spain.
Do you agree with that? It's in some areas, some aspects I do. It's like it's greener.
The weather's different. People are a little bit different to what.
But a lot of traditions, like for example, if I compare it, obviously Holland is very different. It's not like Spain at all.
Yeah.
But I see a lot of similarities, like the food, the cuisine being very important.
Yeah.
A lot of the traditions.
Well, important. Like the cuisine is important for people, but it's not like the cuisine in the south.
No, but for example, if you go to the Mediterranean coast, you can get fish paella.
Yeah.
And then in the north of Spain, you get fish again with different dishes.
That's true. Yeah.
So, well, some priorities are similar.
Yeah, they're quite like each other. I think in general. In general, Spanish people from north to south are quite like each other.
They're very different. For example, if you cross the border to France, they're not at all like Spanish people.
Yes.
They go home at 7 o'clock.
Yeah.
There's no atmosphere in the streets. In Spain, whether it's north or south, there's a lot of life.
Yeah, that's true.
And that's not like any other place, like, well, maybe Italy, but
this is probably one of the reasons that in Spain they've decided to open the bars before the schools during this coronavirus. Probably. But anyway, maybe on that note, we should probably leave you because I dislike to speak badly about Spain.
I also think it's like not necessary
Yeah.
to use the American expression.
Right, the next webinar, we're going to leave that there. So these are just a few different ways to use the word like. And sometimes it's a verb to like something or to dislike something negative. And then don't forget, you can say to sound like, to feel like, to look like, or of course to like or to dislike. And what was the other? To be like.
Or would like.
Something similar. Conditionals, I would like, would you like, the questions of course. Next webinar, which is next Tuesday, which I believe is the 15th, 16th, 17th, 18th, the 19th of May.
That's actually fine. On this board, we should have it. Keen on.
To be keen on, right? So we're basically going to talk about different ways to express that you like something. Now, I covered this in one of the webinars about exam prep for Cambridge, and it's just different ways to say that you like something. We're going to upload a video on YouTube before that, but next Tuesday at 7, we're talking about different ways to express that we like something. I don't know about you, Mark, but I've quite liked this webinar.
Yeah, and I also got hungry to go fishing.
Yes, we're going to go fishing. Anyway, thanks for joining. I hope it's been helpful. I hope you've liked it, and we hope that you continue to like these webinars.
Yeah.
We see you again soon. I'm going to get close to the camera now and switch off. All right. Thanks, and see you soon. Goodbye. End.